TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, and thank God that you're still joining us for the last day of Solar Week Mindanao 2024. My name is Val Vesteel from Ayedge, and I am still your host. Solar Week, as you should know by now, is a series of online broadcasts dedicated to promoting and pushing the solar energy advocacy. This is brought to us by the Mindanao Go Solar movement, and it rallies all Mindanaoans like you and I towards a clean energy transition in the region through solar. And now, of course, day 5 of Solar Week is Feel Good Friday. So we want you, kamutanan, kayong lahat na nanonood sa atin ngayon, to sit back, to relax, to enjoy, and feel good about Friday as we talk about all things solar. It has been such a, productive week for all of us, and you have if you have been here since Monday, you would know that each day of the week presents a theme for Solar Week. Mindanao Monday was all about the education industry in Mindanao, which we are all counting on to provide the skills requirements of the energy transition in Mindanao through solar energy. We talked to PDGG, no, from TESDA, who presented many opportunities for us to build our capacities and increase our knowledge on all things solar provided to interested people in the solar energy industry. On Technical Tuesday naman, we learned about the connection of solar technology to climate resilience for Mindanaoans. I love that conversation I had with Doc Nelson kasi from Ateneo de Davao kasi pinakita niya talaga na in times of calamity, in times of crisis, posible na magka-electricity thanks to solar energy. So I think that was a good reminder for all our viewers. So for all you viewers na in times when communication lines are cut during disaster, nako po, solar energy, you can count on solar energy for all your electricity needs. And of course, Woman Wednesday, which we had, one of my favorite parts. It's our first attempt at a gender themed Solar Week episode. We heard from an academic turned clean energy champion and her impressive work on the energy transition, not just in Mindanao, but the entire Philippines as well. I absolutely loved Doc Cheryl's presentation where she shared about how women can really take advantage and elevate their values, their innate values of empathy in the solar energy industry, reminding us na hindi lang po para sa mga lalaki ang industriya ng solar, kundi pwede na rin para sa mga babae. I really love the conversation, and if you have time, it's recorded and on our Facebook page. So revisit Woman Wednesday today or any day that you are free. And of course, kahapon, I really enjoyed it. I was joined by my guest co-host, Zaire Dehing. We talked about Thrifty Thursday, where we learned firsthand from a solar customer making tipid. Yes po, nakakatipid po siya dahil sa paggamit ng solar at solar rooftop installation right here in Mindanao. Miss Kathy, it's a beautiful Miss Kathy, took us on an adventure, on a virtual tour in her farm in Talakag. It's called RC Fruit Farm in Talakag. And right after the episode, Miss Kathy, if you are watching, please know, close friends na po tayo.
As they say, in order for nature to embrace us, we must also embrace nature itself in all its forms, whether it may be hot, cold, or rainy. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are here live in Ayala Centrio Mall, where I just finished my hosting part for the culminating activity for Solar Week 2023. It was absolutely insightful. We had many people coming in, and we had guests from different platforms, and they are all experts in this particular field, which is clean renewable energy. And currently, we're having a panel discussion being done at the tents here in the Centrio Ayala Mall Gardens. Well, the things here in Mindanao, solar energy is very important nowadays because in Mindanao, we still have a large potential in terms of how we can develop, especially when it comes to our infrastructure and energy resource. Given that we are not up to that certain level of height compared to other certain metropolises, we still have a large potential in using a bigger resource in terms of solar energy and other forms of clean renewable energy, in fact. So solar energy is a good step in making a better and greener and cleaner future for Mindanao. Do note that any action taken relating to Solar Week is a step towards a better, cleaner future for Mindanao and the entire Philippines and the world.
And of course, that's what happened last year for Feel Good Friday, where we worked with local influencers and their user-generated content from our followers through our Solar Suroy campaign, plus the in-person events under the Mindanao Go Solar banner campaign. Now, it's a given fact that the subject of energy transition can be quite complicated po. Sa unang rinig pa lang natin siguro ng energy tsaka transition, parang napakahirap intindihin. Ano kaya ang energy transition? Paano natin to gagawin? How can we be part of the conversation? And a few months ago, good news, we launched a Mindanao-wide survey to ask all of you, what about the energy transition you wanted to truly understand? From that survey, the Mindanao Go Solar movement produced this next video, hoping to make it easier for everyone to grasp the idea of Mindanao's clean energy transition through solar. I'm excited for you to see this. Please watch this.
The Philippines has not achieved its 100% electrification goal. Primarily, this is because some areas in the Philippines, such as in Mindanao, are geographically isolated. Their terrain is not able to be transmitted with electricity, and they also have no access to traditional fossil fuels.
Ang Mindanao, kulelat kayo. Daghan pagyapo yung mga kabalayan sa kabukiran nga walay kuryente. Ang mga bata ga-study gamit ang lampara. Sa sige nilang study, wa sila kabalo. Ang ilang mga ilong, itom kayo. Kailangan ta mag-solar.
Some areas in Mindanao that cannot be reached with the grid can actually utilize the sun as the source of energy. With this, solar PV is a good source of energy as they can be deployed easily, especially in areas when there are climate risks and also when there are hazards existing.
Kabalo mo, ang adlaw, libre. Dili lang ta magsigreklamo kay mobasa tong ilok tungod sa kainit, but ang adlaw makahatag og source sa electricity. Ang panels, balag kung sa kakalayo, pwede rin nimo dalon. Kaysa tinod anay lang, kung layo kay kasadapit, tagpila ng mga poste o mga wire, hastang mahala. Solar panels.
One of the benefits that we can get from solar PV is that these systems allow us to reduce our emissions. In fact, the Philippines' target is about 75% reduction in our GHG emissions by 2030. And I believe personally that we can achieve this by using solar panels.
Bahalag mudagan pa ng mga green-minded diha. Okay ra ko. Ayaw lang yun ang mga greenhouse gases. Please, ato nang stop. And of course, okay ra nang dagan na kayo may mga hot guys. Pero kung ang kalibutan magkainit, mudaghan ang bagyo, mudaghan ang mga. Let's stop climate change. Karon na.
One of the economic benefits of using solar PV is that the cost of solar panels has decreased for the past decade. In fact, it does not use traditional fossil fuels, and this will reduce our energy costs at home. Nationally, we will also have reduced importation of fossil fuels.
Ingon nila lami magmahal. Ingon nila, ay, kalami ang feeling na magmahal. Pero kung atong electricity o kuryente ang magmahal, cannot bring. Sa Bisaya pa, di na madala. Kung makadawat ta sa atong mga notice of disconnection sa kuryente, hindi madalaghang hangyo sa atong pagmamahal. So, kailangan magtipid. Solar panels, solar energy. Maunay makatipid.
In Mindanao, where the climate risk is really high because of our vulnerability, we've seen the benefits of using solar PVs. In the past, we've seen tropical storms Sendong, even Super Typhoon Pablo and Yolanda hitting the island. We've seen this that when there are typhoons, such as what happened when Sendong, Pablo, and even Yolanda hit the islands of Mindanao and even in Visayas, the first source of energy that was deployed was solar PV. We can really see these benefits as we try to outgrow ourselves in connecting to the grids. In these instances, we can really use solar PVs as our climate solution.
Yes, bagyo, trahedya. Sorry guys, di na ko kaya mag-joke ani. Makatroma ang trahedya. Sorry, ikat na to ni. Wait. Ang solar, mas nindot, dagay benepisyo, mas barato, makatipid. So, siya itong giulatan.
Tama ka, Berg! Ang electricity cost nato sa solar PV mas barato compared sa even sa atong mga fossil fuels. In fact, mas barato pa kini kaysa hydro. Ang kulang lang yun nato ang pagpasabot sa tanan unsa ang atong mga benefit gikan aning solar PV.
Tama! Mausan ako madunggan nga mahal ang solar. Pero, usa pa may pwede nga mga magamitan nato ani?
When we hear about solar, we mostly think that it can be just a plain of panels that we can attach in our roofs. But actually, there are also other uses to it, just like solar electrical posts, as well as for pumping water in irrigation systems. There are also systems now that utilize solar technology for small devices. So this begs the question, why don't we use it as a whole?
Wow! Amazing! Grabe ang benefit sa solar. Pwede magamitan ng solar sa daghang butang. Pwede na ito tibuok Mindanao solar. What you think? Hi, I'm Bernie Bitok Esparcia, a former radio and TV personality, a matinee idol, turned stand-up comedian, and now a city councilor.
Hello everyone, I'm Jefferson Ramos Valiente Jr., a faculty member of the Xavier University College of Engineering. I also used to work with the Mindanao Clean Energy Living Laboratories, where I serve as the component leader for GIS mapping and impact assessment.
Unsa pa yung giulatan? Follow the Mindanao Go Solar Movement.
So what are you waiting for? Follow the Mindanao Go Solar Movement. If you're for sustainability or if your heart is for the environment, follow the Mindanao Go Solar Movement.
Unsa pa man inyong gihulatan pa, join the solar movement. Daghang salamat Engineer Jeff ug akong pinaka-paborito nga matinee idol Bernie Bitok daghang salamat for really simplifying the solar movement and telling us unsa atong mabenepisyohan sa paggamit sa solar ug nganong kailangan ta mag-solar in the first place. Medyo lingaw kay to, balikan to nako no, kay especially ang akong gwapo kay nga amigo nga si Bernie iyag yung napa-spread ang balita kabahin sa solar, kuyog si Engineer Jeff. Thank you so much for that, Engineer Jeff and Bernie Bitok. Now, the time has come for us to call on our guest for today. an expert in the field. I had a chance to chat with Joffrey Ledesma, who is the country manager for the Philippines of the Closet Group, a digital marketing company anchored on content that performs. As its website indicates, Closet creates results driven solutions through a blend of integrated marketing and content strategy that are supported with an array of digital assets and domain experts across Southeast Asia. Yon, I spoke with him about our Solar Talks comedy translation that we just showed you. I asked him some questions as well as to how we can better communicate the movement, how we can better talk about solar in a way na mas marami po ang makakaintindi sa usaping solar. So, everyone, please watch this conversation. Blessed to have with us an expert for today with over 10 years of experience in the PR industry to give us his insights on the video that you just saw. So I'd like to welcome on the virtual stage, Sir Joff. Maayong hapon, Sir Joff. Thank you for joining
Mayong
us.
hapon. Yes, thank you, Val. Thank you for having me in your show. Then I'm so excited to discuss about our advocacy for solar energy and just energy transition.
You know, this advocacy is really multi-sectoral, and we need everyone working together, not just the government, not just the private sector, but also us communication practitioners and PR practitioners. And we're so glad to be able to hear from you your inputs on that last video that we played for our audiences. So siguro let's head on straight to the question, no? From your perspective and from your expertise, Sir Joff, no, how was the video? How did you find the video?
Nice. It was very nice. Nalingaw ko. Nalingaw kong tanaw, no. I like how I'm learning pero entertained po ko at the same time. So I think this is a really good way to make topics like ayun nga, renewable energy or solar energy nga. 'Di ba usahay medyo intimidating ting mga topics na ganito, but it's a good way to make them more relatable sa ordinary na consumers like us. And I also like the fact na the video used comedy, no? Kasi it makes the message more engaging. Tsaka, I felt like yung mga complex topics nga, parang it was broken down into something na relatable and memorable to everyone. Especially kita nga mga Pinoy, di ba? Parang humor yun ang one of the best ways to get to us.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
especially online. So if you notice ang mga sikat nato ng content creators, mga Bisaya ang content creators, comedy or humor yun ang ilang niche. So I think it's great. It's a clever and effective na way to spread awareness about solar energy and yung mga benefits niya.
And as you said, Sir Joff, no, it's something that's really complex. The conversation on energy, because people think it's it is a very technical landscape subject matter. No, we have the
Mm.
climate crisis, which is also very technical. Why do you think, Sir Joff, no, that the energy transition concept is not as easy for the audience to understand?
Mm. Well, that's part of what we do as a communications agency in digital PR. We try to make complex topics like this more digestible para sa mga consumers or sa mga ordinary na people, di ba? So we've also done some work in Closet to help shape narratives about solar energy and renewable energy in general. So parang perfect timing kasi we've been doing this project also for quite a few months already. And one of the first things that we did was nag-gather sa ami og mga insights from real people. So among gibuhat nagpa-survey me, nag-social listening me online, just to get people's sentiments about solar and energy transition, because yun nga complex nga sila, di ba? We need to be able to know how to talk to people for them to understand it well. And one of our findings is that well, to be fair, familiar man po yun ang mga Filipinos about renewable energy, especially solar energy. However, we learned na some of them are also misinformed. Like, katong nag-survey lugar minangutan mi sa among mga respondents nga, do you use renewable energy at home, for example? Tapos ang uban ng ila answer kay, yes, I do because I use LED bulbs. O kaya, yes, I do because I use
Okay.
inverter appliances, which is obviously wrong, di ba? So parang
Yeah.
they're really misinformed. They know the concept, that they know what it is, pero I mean, they're misinformed. They don't know what it is really about. So there really is a lack of education, widespread awareness about renewable
Yeah.
energy, yung mga technologies and yung mga benefits nila. And At the same time, I think tayo as a country, Philippines, we've been so reliant on traditional energy sources, mga fossil fuels nga. I think we're at a point nga medyo lisod na gyud i-visualize or i-envision. I mean, kung karon i-imagine mo, di ba? Medyo lisod siya envision na everyone or the whole Philippines
Fossil fuel free. Oo.
to renewable. So, di ba, kung ordinary citizen ka, for example, it's not necessarily something na on top of your mind in your or on top of your priority. So, una nimo naon siguro unsa imong kaunon, ganyan, unsa imong pangbayad sa bill. So, sometimes nagyo yung mga cultural attitudes and priorities that also get in the way in this transition and understanding about renewable energy, which is why I'm also grateful na we have programs like this to help push for the advocacy. And at the same time, we're also hoping na what we do in Closet, working with the influencers and creating content online would also somehow help in creating the narratives for just energy transition.
I think what you mentioned is really important on whether or not these are really digestible to audiences because of its complex nature and because, as you said, of competing priorities.
Mm.
We need, we're finding ways to put food on the table, sending our children to school, knowing what to eat for tomorrow. So the priority on the environment and the climate and energy is not really at the top of the list, which adds to our
Correct.
challenge, no, as comms practitioners and siguro program developers, na how do we make it a top of head priority for Filipinos? Because the effects of it, we don't feel it right now,
Mm.
but we are feeling it right now very subtly, no.
Oo.
Pero the thing about the environment and climate crisis, mauna siya, layo-layo pa, di pa nato gakabatian, pero kung kanus-an na nato mabatian, dira pa ta maglihok. So medyo dili kita proactive ana nga perspective. Di kaya siya mainstream. Now, Sir Joff, in your expert opinion, and siguro this is the challenge, no, can we truly mainstream the energy transition discourse? By mainstream, siguro as mainstream as GMA, as mainstream as Showtime. What's man? Is it possible for the energy transition discourse to invade these mainstream spaces, sir?
Well, for me, I would like to believe na yes, possible. So I really believe na kaya. I believe na pwede naman ma-mainstream ang energy transition na discourse, pero it would really require concerted efforts on several fronts. So firstly, katong giingon na ako at first, di ba nga, education and awareness, we need to have campaigns na for education and awareness na ma-intensify para masigurado nato nga nasabtan gyud sa mga katawhan ng importance and benefits of transitioning to renewable energy. And at the same time, kani siya na learn po namo sa tong nag-gather mi og insights. Yung mga efforts nato, dili gid siya pwede nga mag-end lang siya at an individual level. I mean, it's good that we're talking directly to the consumers, pero if you want to have a really systemic change, different fronts talaga, multiple fronts yun talaga ang dapat ma-involve. Kasi I'm sure if given the chance, daghan man yun ang willing na mag-solar energy, for example, but this should also be supported by policy frameworks at the local or maybe even national or international levels para na i-support or maybe even incentivize yung pag-adopt ng renewable energy. So, collaboration yun siya between governments, communities, organizations. It's good that we're talking to the individuals, pero we don't want to put the burden on them lang. So,
Right.
medyo layo pa, pero definitely possible. I think kaya gid siya.
Like we're getting there. No? Sir, you mentioned that you are in also working with content creators, influencers, and now on the topic of policy, it's great that you brought it up. I would like to know, do you have ideas of how social media and influencer marketing can influence to the point of policy making? How kaning content creation and influencer marketing dili lang ni taman sa social media, sa TikTok, sa Facebook, sa Instagram, kundi pwede po din siya maabot sa atong mga policy makers. Do you have any ideas for that, Sir Joff?
Yes. There are a lot of ways. So that's the good thing about digital Mansadka. You can be creative. You can expand your mileage, for example, of your campaigns. But one of the first things on top of mind is creating awareness and engagement. Yun. Yeah, we've been working with influencers and karon ang gusto nila tawag sa ila content creators. So we've been working with content creators for years, and I can really say nga very powerful gyud ang ilang mga platform. So they can shape narratives. They are very skilled at storytelling, di ba? So, what we're doing right now sa Closet is we are leveraging on the reach of these influencers to not just make people aware about renewable energy or solar energy, but also to help educate them, to also address tong mga misinformation that they have. So ayun, like in the video, for example, ito na to naibawaan ang benefits and misconceptions about solar energy. So imagine if we can amplify that video by partnering with influencers who have millions of reach online. So that's how powerful influencers and content creators are. And secondly, I think social media is one of the best platforms for us to be heard by policymakers and mga decision makers. Kasi I mean, 'di ba, if when something is trending online, even ang mga public officials nato, they would want to know what it is about. Gusto nila mag-join din sa trend. So creating conversations about renewable energy in social media, uh, it really helps gauge public sentiment, and hopefully ang mga policymakers nato mag-respond pud sila sa mga public needs and concerns, because you don't necessarily need to have a very high social media following to be an influencer online. Kasi even if mga normal people lang, for example, mag-tweet sila. Ako nakoy makitaan karon nga tweet or post sa X or sa Twitter nga parang init kaayo karon and kay El Nino, parang siguro this is the best time na para magput og mga solar panels. Nakoy nakitaan nga mga inanagid nga post online. So sometimes even these posts by regular people like us na hindi naman what maybe we don't have a lot of social media following, pero even small things like that, we can be micro influencers and affect our own neighbors, our families, for example, and hopefully through digital, through online, these conversations would become bigger and reach the people na are able to make the decisions and policies for us.
And Sir Joff, no, these influencers, these content creators that you're speaking of, organic ang ilang following. Nasa like clout. And this is the kind of clout, this is the kind of attention and following that topics like solar energy need. No? Sir
Yes,
Joff?
yes. Correct. Especially nga a lot of these influencers, yung mga followers nila, they follow them because of their relatability. So imagine if, for example, these influencers, they're able to make a topic like solar energy or renewable energy relatable to ordinary people like us. Edi mas paspas ang atong adoption, or at least that's one step closer to just energy transition.
Sir Joff, you have inputs from your social listening, from your data, from your research, no? If there are any content creators out there watching us right now, influencers watching us. In fact, I myself do content as well on TikTok. Do you have any do you have any do's and don'ts in creating content on a subject matter such as a complex subject matter such as climate crisis or solar energy? Are you have any top of mind do's and don'ts for influencers or content creators who might be listening to us and looking for advice on how do I create my content
Mm-mm.
on social on solar energy?
Yes. For me, it always goes down to authenticity. So, if you want to talk about topics like this, you have to actually believe in solar energy. You have to actually believe in renewable energy, and for you to be able to do that, you have to research first. Because you can only truly believe in something if you're already knowledgeable about it. At the same time, when we're talking about complex topics like this, we already have a responsibility sa viewers natin to make sure na what we're telling them are truthful, accurate, hindi fake news, ganyan. So, kailangan yun na to educate pod first ang atong kaugalingon for us to be able to educate our followers properly. And your followers, your viewers would be able to tell. I mean, right now, smart naman pod ang mga viewers, ang mga followers. They would know if something is gasultihon lang nimo because bayad ka, for example, or they would feel if hindi authentic or genuine ang imong i-promote. So it all goes down to authenticity and believing in what you are saying and promoting to your followers.
And you cannot fake authenticity, Sir Joff. It really comes out
Exactly.
naturally. And something becomes authentic if, as you said, no, you read more about it, you research more about it, and you actually believe in it, as you said. I think that's a very important reminder. Thank you so much, Sir Joff. Now, what do you suggest that the Mindanao Go Solar movement can do to realize Mindanao's clean energy transition through solar, especially from your lens as a PR practitioner?
Well, I'm not sure if there is still much for me to add, but siguro ano na lang, keep up the amazing things that you're doing today. Siguro ko na lang, not to self-promote, but you can partner with PR agencies siguro like us to scale or extend the reach of your efforts for energy transition. But yeah, at the end of the day, kasi it really takes a village to create change. So I think partnerships or collaborations are really important.
Thank you so much, and we will take note of that. In fact, I'll message you so that we can
Please.
make sure that our efforts for journalism, for environment and climate, and even solar energy and clean energy will be amplified in the way that only PR practitioners and comms practitioners can do that. Thank you so much, Sir Joff Ledesma from Closet, for joining us. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Val.
And that was how our conversation went. I think that was a great deep dive into how we can better strategize our communication tools and platforms so that we can better communicate the story and advocacy on solar. Thank you once again, Sir Joffrey Ledesma, Country Manager for Philippines of Closet Group. I really enjoyed that conversation, and I hope that all other communication practitioners, mga influencers, mga content creators will use their platform for good. And while I'm on that note, you can follow me on TikTok. It's at Valve Steel. And I'm sure there are so many other content creators out there who are doing good. So make sure the kind of content that you consume as a consumer of media, kanang mga ga-lounge around lang sa Facebook, Instagram, ug Twitter, no? Let's make sure nga productive ang atong mga kind of content nga gina-consume. All right. Thanks once again, Sir Jeffrey. Now, did you know that Mindanao Go Solar movement has a few events happening soon? In fact, murag na anay nagsugod na. We will be having our series of solar exhibits in a Mindanao city near you. And this year, we will be having it in Davao, Zamboanga, and Cagayan de Oro City. In fact, today is the first day of our solar exhibit in CDO. Make sure to drop by Ayala Mall Centrio at the first floor Bridgeway to see our solar companies on exhibit. And do take note of the schedule of our other legs as well. And be sure to drop by. That's April 26 to 29 in Ayala Mall Centrio in Cagayan de Oro City. Sorry, 26 to 28. June 14 to 16 in SM City Minpro in Zamboanga City. And July 5 to 7 in Ayala Malls Abriza in Davao City. Now, let's take a view of what happened earlier today at the opening of our solar exhibit in Ayala Mall Centrio. Let's watch this. And that's our solar exhibit, which we just launched in the Yalamall Centrio, happening until April 28th. If you are from Cagayan de Oro City or if you live nearby, please check it out. So many good things, feel good things happening there in our solar exhibits. And of course, we're opening soon in Davao and Zamboanga City. Ayun, it's Feel Good Friday. Truly, truly Feel Good Friday. I'm feeling good and I want you to feel good as well because it's now time to give our trivia prizes. Before we go, it's again game time and we will be giving out. Ato ha, we gave out umbrellas, we gave out bamboo straws, we gave out tumblers, we gave out bucket caps. But today, we will be giving out GCash prizes worth 500 pesos. And there won't be just one winner or two winners. We will be giving away up three prizes, three 500 peso GCash money to the first three people who can answer our three trivia questions. All you have to do is to be the first one to comment the correct answer to our trivia question of the day. If you are ready for our trivia question of the day, can I see some comments? Say solar. Send in a comment on solar. Hello, Sir Oman Gutierrez, watching from Camarines Sur. Thanks for joining us, Sir Oman. If you're ready for a trivia game, say solar. Comment solar below in our live stream. Okay, meron ba tayong mga nanonood? Ayun, meron tayong isa. Thank you so much, Annalie. Ayun, ayun. Madami nang ready para sa ating trivia questions. Let's see. Sige ba? Sino pa nga? Sino pa nga? Okay. Okay, we're ready. All right. Again, oops. 500 pesos is on the line. And this is your first trivia question. First person to answer this correctly wins 500 pesos. What is the most abundant energy source in the world? Ayun, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to answer. What is the most abundant energy source in the world? I think we have our answers already. Sino ang nauna? Hindi po ako pipili. Yung ating dun sa 340 ata, yung pinakauna na nag-submit. What is the most abundant energy source in the world? The correct answer is solar energy. Congratulations to Annalise Sasil. You are our first winner of 500 pesos GCash. Our organizers from the Mindanao Go Solar Movement will be messaging you for you to claim your prize. Now, solar energy again is the most abundant energy source in the world on Earth. 173,000 terawatts of solar energy strikes the Earth continuously. That's more than 10,000 times the world's total energy use. It's not only the most abundant energy source, but it's also the cleanest energy source. So congratulations, Mr. or Miss? Miss Annalie. All right. Our second question. Kung gusto nyo po ng 500 pesos for GCash, listen to my question carefully. Here it is. Around how much percent of Mindanaoans still do not have sufficient supply of energy or electricity? Again, around how much percent of Mindanaoans still do not have sufficient supply of electricity? Ito medyo challenging ito. But if you watched our solar talks, yung kinausap ko yung mga iba't ibang Mindanaoan on solar energy, feeling ko makukuha nyo. Okay, any guesses? Any guesses muna? Any guesses to the correct answer of around how much percent of Mindanaoans still do not have sufficient supply of energy? Parang nahihirapan yung mga listeners natin, pero meron na po tayong tamang sagot. And the correct answer is around 20%. Congratulations, Madula Burias Anton. You got it right. Although around 70% of Mindanaoans have access to grid lines and therefore have access to electricity and energy, sadly, around 20% are still in the dark. Wala po silang access sa sufficient energy and electricity. So congratulations for you for winning our second prize of GCash. Ayun. May mga pa-background music ba tayo? Now, last one is, are you ready for the last question? I'm sure you're ready. I hope you're ready. The last question is, since this is Solar Week Mindanao, let's dedicate it for Mindanao. Mindanao is known as the land of blank. Ayun. Ito talaga, itong tanong na to, it's really for Mindanaoans. Kung alam nyo yung sagot, meron po kayong 500 pesos GCash that will be delivered right to your, hindi doorstep, to your GCash account. Okay. Mindanao is known as the land of what? Okay. Meron na po tayong sagot. Okay, paunahan to. Paunahan to. Mukhang babae yung lahat ng winners natin today, team, no? The correct answer is Mindanao is the land of promise. That is right. Mindanao is the land of promise. Congratulations. Graja ligtas. Ligtas na po kayo from elimination. Kasi meron na po kayong 500 pesos na GCash. Congratulations. And thank you so much everyone for participating in sadly the last set of trivia for Solar Week Mindanao 2024. So yes, Mindanao truly is a land of promise. And in fact, Mindanao is a land of promise when it comes to the transition to clean energy through solar, because Mindanao is really at the forefront of promoting the use of solar energy, not only in industries, but also in our households. So congratulations once again to all our trivia winners. It has been such a blast to engage with you on our online show. Thank you so much for watching today's Feel Good Friday episode. And thanks for being here the entire week. But you know what? I would not forgive myself if I don't take this guys. No. I would not forgive myself if I don't take this opportunity to personally thank very special people who made this hosting opportunity very worthwhile. Thank you so much to Miss Feline Dongay of Mindanao Go Solar Movement. Thank you so much for trusting me for 3 years now. It means a lot, and I am glad to be able to share this advocacy stage with you and the rest of the team. Thank you also to Miss Tata from Mindanao Go Solar. And of course, I'd also like to thank Miss Angela Ko, Miss Manissa, JM, and the rest of the Prof Org Unlimited team. Thank you also for welcoming me into your office. It's super fun and easy to work with you, and I hope to continue working with all of you. And of course, special shout out and thanks to the Powerhouse Studios team, PHS. Hindi po nyo sila makikita kasi they are working behind the cameras, but they are the team making sure that you see a live stream. So thank you so much and congratulations to Powerhouse. I'd also like to thank my co-host for some days, Zaira Dehing, and of course Joshua De Los Reyes. Shout out to you for being my person in charge for grooming and styling. And of course, Cindy Obiñeta was supposed to be my co-host for this week, but sadly, her son Hashi is in the hospital. So please, let's continue to pray for Hashi's recovery. Cindy, I'm so excited to host with you through other events. Thank you so much, Cindy. And of course, I'd like to thank Almighty God for making this possible, for giving us the talents and advocacies so we could push for solar. Ayun! Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. We had Mindanao Monday, we had Technical Tuesday, we had Woman Wednesday, we had Thrifty Thursday, and of course, we are ending with, everybody say, Feel Good Friday! Be sure to follow the Mindanao Go Solar Movement channels on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok. This has been Val Vestille for the last time. This is day 5, signing off for Solar Week 2024. Onwards for the Mindanao Go Solar Movement. Bye!